Hey, what's up, everybody? David Feeder here coming at you with another PulseChain validator tutorial video. Um, Sadly, the beacon.pulsechain.com was taken offline recently and decommissioned. So now it's a little tougher to check the status of your validators, but I'm going to show you how. There's some other tools and other ways to do it. So let me pull up I've got a validator computer right here. So if you are a PulseChain validator, this is kind of the best way to check the status of your stakes in your machine is right on the machine itself. You want to open up the terminal window and then you just want to run the logs. You want to check on the logs of the three different components of the software. So if you actually pull up my GitLab, it's gitlab.com/davidfeeder. And then if you go to my shutdown and startup script, the last three lines are the logs. This is how you check them. So right here, line 17 is sudo docker logs -- follow geth. So we're just going to copy this and then we're just going to paste it into the terminal. And then boom, you can see right here, it's up, chain head was updated and there's the block number. And it took less than a millisecond for the update. And then this is when the new block came in. It says imported new potential chain segment. Here's the block number. How many transactions were in the block? How long ago was this block made by another proposer? It's 37 milliseconds. So these are the blocks on the execution layer coming in. So this is up and running. So this looks good. This is exactly what it should look like. All right, so now we're going to open a new terminal window in the top left, a little plus button. And then from the GitLab, now we're just going to do sudo docker logs -- follow beacon. This will show us how the beacon client software is running. So if we just paste that in, it'll ask for our password for the computer. Just type it in. There's no stars. It's invisible for security. And then you can see right here, it's catching up to the recent. Okay, cool. So this is the beacon chain. And down at the bottom here, we can see we've got peers. We've got 44 active peers, which is perfect. We've got inbound equals 26, which is good. That means our firewall's open and they're talking to us. And we've got outbound peers. We're sending stuff out to other validator like nodes. So that's perfect. And then you can see it's syncing new blocks that are coming in. And then finished applying the state transition. So it's doing it's updating the state of the, because there's the blockchain and there's like the state. So this is exactly what it should look like. It's doing its thing. So that's perfect. That looks good. All right, so there's just one more logs to check, and this is the actual validator logs. So it's just sudo docker logs -- follow validator. I'm just going to copy this, put it in the terminal, and put in our computer login password. Cool. Okay. And then you can see down here at the bottom, yeah, submitted new attestations. And then it shows you, here's the pub key. This is the beginning of the public key for that stake right there. And this is good. This is what you want to see. You want to see submitted new attestations. You can see it downloading its duties schedule. So this tells you how long time until its next attestation was, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Then it also gives you voting summary since launch, attestation inclusion percentage, 100%. So it's saying all of our attestations have been included, correctly voted the head percentage, 86. So this is like when a block comes in real fast, you have to vote on it real fast. 86% accuracy, which is fine. Anything better than 80 is good in my opinion. We correctly voted the source, 100%. Correctly voted the target, 100%. This validator's been number of epochs. It's been 7,809. So this validator's been up and running for 7,809 epochs. An epoch is 5.5 minutes. And then percent change combined balance. This shows how much the stakes have increased in pulse in them, but when it sends the pulse from the stake to your rewards wallet, it deducts it from here. So you don't see what you've actually earned here that's in your MetaMask. That's already like left. So this number is lower than what we've actually earned. We've earned way more Pulse than that percentage. This is just the percentage that's in the stake still. Most of it's already in MetaMask. So you got to kind of understand that. So this looks good, right? So this is exactly what you want to see. It's the validator's up and running. It's submitting attestations. We got blocks coming in on the beacon, and we've got blocks coming in on Geth. So that's perfect. Our validator's looking great. So I'm going to show you. There's a web. So that's perfect, right? So now there's a website that Richard mentioned right here. The website is pls-validator.vercel.app. And right here, you can put in your validator index number for one stake, and it'll tell you the status of it. So this is kind of like a website you could use on the go, like on your cell phone if you were not home traveling and you just wanted to check on the status of a stake real quick, you could do that. So I'm going to show you how to get your index number because we need our index numbers for our stakes. So we need to go to the terminal log window is where we're going to get it. And there's two ways to do it. You can just scroll up to the last time your validator was restarted. And then your logs may not go back that far. And if it doesn't, I'll show you another trick after this, but we're just going to scroll up basically all the way to when it started, to when the validators, you see, and there's not enough logs. See, it's cut off at the top here. We're scrolled all the way up, but we need to see the beginning of the validator logs. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So right here on the keyboard, I'm just going to hit Control-C. That just stops the validator log, so we're not watching it live anymore. I'm going to type in clear, just to clear the screen so it's easy to see. Now we're going to actually start and stop the validator with the script. Actually, this is testnet, so I don't. Actually, do I have a little script right at the desktop? Yeah, here we go. All right, so what we can do is actually just go to the shutdown and startup script. Yeah, so what I've done is I've just kind of I've already done it myself. I shortened up the start and stop script, but basically we're just going to follow the stop and start script right here. You're just going to run line 3, then we're going to run line 7 just like we normally do in the terminal. That's going to restart everything on the validator. So I'm just going to grab the whole thing. I've got it already in a text file all smushed together. So I'm just going to copy this, but we're just going to go through this. It's basically line by line. So I'm going to paste this into the terminal, run it. It's going to stop all the Docker containers, and then it restarts them. And now if I do the sudo docker logs follow validator, now that we restarted everything, these logs will be fresh. And at the top, once it gets started, it'll show us the index numbers. So we're going to paste in our logs, the sudo docker validator logs. And then we're just going to wait for it to start up. And down here, it's going to show us our index number for our stake. Right now, Geth and the beacon window, if we go back to these two windows, they stopped. As you can see here, we stopped everything. So see how we got the little blinky cursor? The logs aren't running. Push the up arrow key. It'll show us the last command we ran. I push enter. And I can see right here, it's starting up. And it's looking for peers. Then if we go here, I'm just going to type in clear and then up. So this is Geth. Now Geth is starting up right here. So this hasn't been restarted in quite a while. So this looks like it's rewinding to catch up. I hope I didn't break it. Did we use the right script? This is testnet, right? Oh, just may have broken my testnet node. Well, either way, basically, this would show you your index number here once the validator starts connecting. And yeah, I ran the wrong script. Yeah, let's find the right one. Let's try it again. Go to my restart script. This one's got testnet. right? Yeah, testnet v4. Yes. So I just used the wrong one. This is a testnet box. I usually don't run on testnet. All right, so let's go back. Let's cancel. I'm going to paste in. We're going to stop and start again, this time on testnet. 60 right here. Stopping the Docker containers. And then it restarts and downloads the software. All right, cool. Now it's back up and running again. Push the up arrow key, do the sudo docker logs validator. Then we're going to restart all these other logs, the beacon. And now it's already back up and running. We can already see it's connected. It's already syncing new blocks. Let's check geth. There you go. So you can see now it's resuming state snapshot generation. And this is what it looks like when your validator is coming back to life after it's been offline for a few minutes. So it's checking all the blocks and it's going through and making sure everything's good. So cool. So we'll let that do its thing. Okay. And then here we go. Here's exactly what we're looking for. So if we go to the validator log, it says validator activated, index number 13602. So that's it. That's what we want, that number. And it says validator status active. And it even shows the validator index number at the end. So validator index number equals 13602. So if we go back to the this website, and if we were to type in that number, it will show us. This is a testnet computer, so we're just going to pick a random real mainnet validator. I'm just going to do 5555. We'll pretend this was my index number. Click submit. Now it's checking the RPC from Gamma. Okay, so here's validator index number 555. This is a stake on PulseChain. Here's the balance. It's a little over 32 million, so you could tell it's up and running. The effective balance is maxed out at 32 million, which is it's at full mining power. This is what matters the most. The status equals active ongoing. That's perfect. That's what you want to see right there. All right, this means it's up and running. This part right here. Can I even zoom in on this? Yeah, right there. There you go. And then slashed says false, so that's perfect. Activation epoch is just when it started back in the past. Exit epoch false means that it's not exited. They haven't run the exit command. And then execution optimistic false. That means it's up and running. If this says true, then your server's like kind of catching up, kind of like what we're doing here. This would actually be like optimistic, right? Called new payload with optimistic block. So that's like when your validator's half running, it would say optimistic true when it's catching up. So we want this to say false. What we care about is active ongoing status. That's the most important part right here. So once you go to your validator logs, get your index number, then you can go to this website and you can type in that number and check your validator remotely on the go. This is a website. So you could like save this in your phone browser. And then if you were ever out of the house, you know, you could just type in your number real quick and check on your validator if the blockchain sees it up and running live, basically. So that's what this is. This is kind of a simple tool right here. And this is made by Poseidon. Shout out to him. And if you actually click down here on the bottom link, he's got a bunch of other cool tools here, tons of stuff. So definitely check all that out. And then, so yeah, so shout out to him for making this. That's cool. And then there's one more tool. This is a premium tool that costs money every month, but it's validatordashboard.com. This was made by an independent dev team that loves PulseChain. There's some validators out there. I'm not sure the actual names of the guys who are running this. They're kind of anonymous, but this is a service that they provide, and there's a video here that they built their own like validator dashboard, basically. And I think it does alerts and stuff. So this is a paid service. You can check these guys and hit them up. That's validatordashboard.com. So that's an alternative too. I don't have an account, so I'm not going to show that off, but that's an option as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how to check if your validator is up and running. You just, you use the terminal windows, you run the 3 log commands, make sure they're up and running. You can check out pulse-validator.vercel.app or check out validatordashboard.com. And then as always, there's validatorstore.com. which is my website. If you guys want your own hardware kit to run at home, or if you want to do cloud hosting, I've got validators in the cloud, all kinds of stuff. Also, my free tutorials here. All of my scripts are free. All my old videos, kind of how to set it up. So yeah, have fun, guys. I'll be around if you need me. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Take it easy.